So, in very simple terms, why do you create? Why do you create art?
It's just a need. I mean, if I don't do it, something is missing. It's very therapeutic. It really brings me to a place where I feel, again, regardless of all the conflict, I feel at ease. If I didn't sell my work, if I didn't get to exhibit my work, if I could not achieve a certain level of success, still I would do it. My name is Juan Perdiguero. I'm a mixed media artist. I do my drawings with a mixed media technique, which is basically etching ink that is used for printmaking. I work on photographic paper, black and white mural size photo paper that I process myself in the darkroom in a very unorthodox way, just trying to create different type of stains, different types of marks, washes with the chemicals and with toners that I use. The ink is going to be dry and fresh for probably 24 to 36 hours. So tomorrow morning, if I feel that I want to adjust anything, I want to further develop any specific area, I still have time to do it. If I don't like what I did, I cannot redo it. I just throw it away and start a new one. And also I work with my hands. I'm not going to be, my drawing tools are going to be my hands. I'm going to be using latex gloves. I use this very smooth paper towel, and then I'm going to be using Q-tips, probably to do some highly detailed areas. I love working with non-traditional tools, and I wanted to simplify the process in such a way that I just was going to be working with my hands, So I like the fact that I can get a lot out of just, simple things like paper towel, Q-tips. So I like to limit things, to really go to the bare bones, So I would say like 40% of the drawings that I do, they go to the trash, because either they are not good enough or they just won't happen. 60% make the cut. You are talented if you have the talent, right? But the talent has to be exploited. There are people who are born with very natural skills, natural talent, but if they don't work and they don't develop the talent, it's not going to go anywhere, right? I think there are many people who have talent, but they have to work at it. When I was young, I didn't know if I had talent. I liked drawing, and my family was very supportive. My parents encouraged me to continue drawing. And then I started to think that I had some talent for it. And then when I went to college, to art school, I realized that I was pretty bad at what I was doing, And in fact, I remember my first semester, I failed all these many classes, And some of my professors told me that it was better for me to quit art school and do something else with my life, But so it was a very confusing time in my life when I was a sophomore. But I thought, I really like doing this, I feel very passionate, and I think I have something to say. So even if I'm going to be a very mediocre artist, or even if I'm not going to be an artist at all, this is something important in my life, so I need to bring it out somehow. And I also understood that in order to communicate what I wanted to communicate, I needed to have a very specific set of skills. I needed to learn some very specific disciplines. And I was willing to put myself through it. I remember my years at college. I was not only taking all these many different classes during my free time, I kept continue drawing and drawing and drawing, because it's a skill that I really needed to master to be able to produce the images that I was able to see in my head already. So I always tell my students, my journey was extremely difficult and extremely challenging. I saw, again, when I was an art student, I saw some of my peers that they were really incredible. Guys who were 19, 20 years old, and they have this amazing ability to draw and to paint and to, But then did they have the personality? Did they have the character to persevere, to really be disciplined, to push themselves? Because I also saw some of my peers, they had so much talent that they didn't think they had to work that hard, you know. And it was very interesting to see that after I graduated, many years later, very few of my friends are still active artists making art. I think number one, the most basic thing for an artist is success is about having the time and having the resources, having the health to be able to produce your work. You know, I think that's crucial. If you don't have that, you cannot do it. You know, and another thing again is not having too much of everything, just having enough. You know. But I mean, I think artists like the reason why we make art is not for ourselves. I mean, it can have, as I mentioned before, a therapeutic component, but this is about communicating. So we need to communicate, we need to share, we need to have it out there to have a conversation with the audience or with society at large. Yeah? So I think also I consider success when you are able to get the work out and you are able to have that conversation. So I call that success. And if you are the kind of artist, because again there are many different kind of artists, but if you are the kind of artist who wants to make a living selling your work and you are able to sell it, that's success as well. I'm looking forward to the next drawing. I'm looking forward to go back to the studio and do work. It's a good place to be, you know. It's a good physical and mental space to be.